Now, one option which we again and again as we speak to Notes shops and to IT executives, and I'm sure you guys are also hearing that, is the fact that people are saying, okay, let's just migrate to a single stack. Let's just migrate from Notes and Domino to Outlook and Exchange. Now, I think people need to be very realistic about it. This is definitely an option, but you need to take into account that this is a very expensive option. And we have seen research from several analysts which are talking about $200 to $300 per mailbox to migrate just your Notes email to Exchange. So for example, on a 12,500 user, I saw a fair research which actually is public. We can give you the link, which shows that it cost $3.5 million to just migrate the email of 12,500 users. So you start from one email system, you end up with another email system, and this is after you just spent $3.5 million. So that's pretty expensive, and that's before you even start dealing with the applications. And a lot of our customers have been using heavily Domino in order to develop applications. That's one of the power of the platform. And migrating this application requires a complete rewrite. So the cost is going to be really dependent on the number of applications, the complexity of this application. Typically, it's more than double the cost of the email migration. So you folks should be aware of that, and it's a very questionable ROI, because at the end of the day, the total cost of ownership per the leading analyst firm, including Gartner, is pretty much identical for Domino and Exchange. We're talking about $1,800 per year per email box. So not a very compelling move, and not the best career move to go on that path right now with the scrutiny on cost. It's pretty much an emotional move. We hear a lot of folks saying, you know, our CIO used to be in a company where they were using Outlook, and that's why he wants to move. So I think it's time to overcome these emotional feelings and to take a look at other alternatives. Another alternative is to take a look at coexistence and how you can take your existing investments in Lotus, in Domino, as well as your existing investments in Microsoft Office and in Sharepoint, and how you can make the two platforms work well together. And how you can really focus on business users by delivering them an integrated set of tools which will integrate the messaging system, the email and the instant messaging system together with your collaboration system. And this is the type of strategy we can really improve productivity as you can do all these daily tasks that we talk about. You can really boost collaboration and boost SharePoint adoption, driving down operational cost. Now, if you take a look at how much cost, and we took a look at how much it costs to implement a coexistence strategy versus a migration strategy, you end up at about 10%. Depending on the number of users. The larger the number of users, the bigger the savings. So how to implement this coexistence? We have spent a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of brain power to bring to you guys the SharePoint integrator for Lotus Notes. This is actually a plugin, a client-side plugin. There is no installation on SharePoint. Very key point. There is no fiddling with your Domino server. So this is a client-side rollout, and it comes into two different versions. There is a Notes 8 or Notes 8.5 version for which comes as an Eclipse plugin of as a Notes sidebar of the Notes 8 client. And as you can see on the screen, really the Notes artifacts and the SharePoint document libraries are now sitting side by side, sharing the same window. So it's going to be very easy, as we will see in a demo, to take a document residing on SharePoint and to drag and drop it into a Notes email, or to drag and drop it into a calendar appointment. It will be also very easy to publish a document which I have received as an attachment to a Notes email and publish this document onto SharePoint, or publish an email with all its attachments onto a SharePoint site by simply drag and dropping. And the thing we will also show you today is calendar, the ability now to aggregate multiple calendars coming from multiple SharePoint sites with my Notes calendar, and I can even take a Google Calendar and I can aggregate and get overlay of multiple calendars from my Notes 8.5 client. So now the other, a lot of the folks out there are still using Note 6.5 or Note 7. We have seen also a lot of large companies which are using the Notes 8 basic configuration, which is not taking advantage of the Eclipse architecture because of footprint consideration in order to reduce requirements on hardware. So we have also a solution for this type of user, and we support Note 6.5, Note 7, Note 8 Basic, Note 8, and Note 8.5. So pretty much the whole spectrum